In this second video, I present basic information on the research that led to the method I presented in part 1. In that video, I ended by showing an overview of 49 primary questions and asking the question, where is the theory behind all of this? Ideally, according to Herbert Simon, business schools need a theory that can be analyzed and taught in the same way the laws of chemistry, physiology, and economics can. Now, here I must confess, I'd never heard of Herbert Simon before I developed my theory and method. But now that it is finished, the overview of the 49 primary questions and the theory on how to answer each and every one can, indeed, be taught in full. And as such, this method effectively sets a norm for what would constitute good strategic thinking, in the sense that the more you deviate from this, the less sound your reasoning will be. But where does all of this come from? Did I simply make this up? Did I use my intuition and professional experience to come up with something that sounds plausible? No, I did not. Quite to the contrary, actually. I even went as far as to establish a conceptual frame of reference for what could be considered strategic wisdom. And in order to understand this, it is important to distinguish between the theory behind the method and the theory behind that theory. Now, to prevent any confusion, the method I present consists of the 49 primary questions, plus the instructions on how to answer them. And as a tool, this method enables you to guide your own thinking as well as guide any student or professional through their specific strategic thinking process, simply by addressing the relevant questions. So that's the actionable method, and from my experience I can tell it's very powerful, but there's also the theory behind this method. And that theory is mostly concerned with how to ensure that when one constructs a story about a firm's past, present and future in practice, that nothing important is overlooked. And to establish this so-called mutual exclusiveness and collective exhaustiveness, I combine systems thinking theory with the key epistemological insight that, in this case, there are only 3 relevant objects of knowledge, being things, relations, and events. And the result is an information trichotomy, so a division of all business world information over 3 domains. And this trichotomy actually serves as a new key to analyzing any business environment as a complex adaptive system. And this trichotomy defines what is part of the rows in the question overview. But there's more, because there's also theory behind that theory, which consists of the new conceptualization of strategic wisdom. And like I said, this theory follows from deductive reasoning, using a foundation of 5 axioms. And these axioms include 2 regarding the nature of a firm, 2 regarding the purpose and goal of strategic thinking, and 1 regarding the nature of knowledge. And the latter is important, because anyone will agree that we can only act better when we know better. And this makes that we must at least have a clear understanding of when beliefs can be accepted as knowledge. And based on these axioms, I was able to deduce 4 conceptual boundaries, whose combination enabled me to construct a new conceptual frame of reference, the one I just showed you. Now, as you can tell, no empirical research was involved whatsoever in this investigation. This also means there's fundamentally no probability involved in what I have developed. And the latter was essential because I did not want to develop a theory about the firm, but rather a theory about how to think about the firm to ensure better decision making. Now, I hope you find this all inspiring, because I did set out to answer the question how to think strategically once and for all. And although there are many reasons to believe the method cannot be surpassed by something completely different, it can be refined. So if you are as passionate about improving strategy-related thinking and teaching as I am, then I'm looking forward to discussing this further. And to facilitate this, a set of videos will be produced for scholars and made available for free on the strategyacademy.com YouTube channel as soon as possible. Of course, if you want to apply the method, simply go to the strategyacademy.com website. There we will be rolling out a curriculum that focuses entirely on post-MBA integration as of October. And this curriculum is built up around 3 core courses that correspond with the 3 steps in the strategic thinking process, being analysis, evaluation, and ultimately design. And they're called the art of observation, the art of sense making, and the art of integration. And all 3 courses are based on our proprietary new theory and method, much like Herbert Simon envisioned. And next to these core courses, 2 supporting courses will be provided, including one for developing essential critical thinking skills, and the course I just mentioned, in which I discuss its many links to the literature on strategic management, strategic cognition, and strategy teaching. As I said, all courses come online one by one starting October of this year. And in the meantime, if you want to grow your strategic understanding, or even better, you want to teach strategy as a comprehensive and integrative discipline, please feel free to contact me through the AOM app or send an email to office@thestrategyacademy.com. I will be more than happy to provide you with all the information you need.